Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be showing you how I make my watercolor sketchbooks. This video isn't exactly a step-by-step tutorial, more of a demonstration. So the parts where I think people might not understand or might not be clear, I'll be doing a voiceover. So yeah. Another thing that I want to say, if anybody here is a complete beginner at making sketchbooks, I recommend making a mini sketchbook consisting of 3 to 5 sheets of folded paper. That way you're not overwhelmed by a lot of paper and you'll have a chance to mess up as much as you want and make your mistakes. So when you're ready to make a big one, you'll know exactly what to do. This is the part where things get a little bit complicated and text will just not be sufficient enough to explain what exactly I'm doing. For the most part, I just use a simple in and out sewing technique. I sew through each hole, through the back, through the front, through the back, through the front, and then I loop it around again and sew the back, front, back, front. It's not hard, it's just hard to explain, and I'm going to try to show you here. So I sew one side and then I go through it again and sew the other side. So basically you're going to have threading on the inside of the paper and the outside. So it makes a complete line on both sides. Okay guys, this is the part that might get a little bit confusing, and hopefully you guys will get it, or not, just let me know. But basically, to attach each sheet of paper together, you just loop it through one side and then the other, and you're gonna see it when you do the sewing on both sides. So you're gonna loop it through one side and then the other, one side then the other. Then you put a knot on each one so it's sufficiently tied together. I think this part shows how I thread each individual piece of paper a little better, and sometimes I might be repeating myself, but it's just so you guys can understand what I'm trying to convey here. So basically I thread one side and then I flip it over and then I thread the other part, so it just makes a complete line. Okay, for this part, I'm going to try to explain word for word exactly how I sew each individual sheets together. So basically what I do is I go underneath the thread, like I'm showing you right now, and I'm going to go under it on the other side where the hole is, where you make the hole marks. And you're going to draw the string till it's nice and tight, and you're going to put a little loop through the little circle that you made. And it's gonna make a knot, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna understand it once you start doing it. So it's just one of the hardest part of making the sketchbook, but once you get it, it gets easier and easier. And it took me a couple of tries, but once I figured out a technique and my own trials and tribulations, it became a lot easier to make. This is a part that I didn't really show in the video, shame on me, but when you're sewing each individual sheets together, once you start getting more layers, you want to start tying the knots and sewing them from the previous layer of thread. So you don't want to start from the complete back, you want to start from maybe the second or the last previous layer that was sewn onto the sheets. So basically that prevents the sketchbook from being too tight and not being able to close properly. Hopefully, if I explain this video right, you guys' sketchbook should start looking like this. And this is a spine, so this is like all the sewed thread from each individual sheets of paper and just what everything looks like. What I'm doing right here actually is making the sketchbook tighter by sewing around the layers of thread around each other and basically bringing them closer together and knotting them around. Quick side note, you don't need a curved needle for this part, I just happen to use one, and also you're going to be using the same technique that you used at the start for the first piece of cardboard. And here you go guys, the finished sketchbook. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, make sure to subscribe. And also, if you thought I could do anything better in the video, let me know in the comments below.